Hey, welcome to Two White Guys Talk About a Black Superhero.
But you're not Steve Rogers.
We're missing our diversity hire today, and we are also missing our JD today. Clearly, I don't think JD's been
We
to a
we
theater since The Godfather Part Two.
I was gonna say we are the whitest of like we are so white, dude. At least
Yeah, we
JD's
are.
like JD's at least Italian.
Yeah, and he's got like the Italian American kind of persona. We're just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
we're not even
yeah.
American. We're talking about Captain America.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So we're gonna be like, he needs to stand for this and this and this. We're
Yeah.
not
What does
American at
this mean
all.
to what does this mean to us?
Like spent a total of like maybe 120 hours in America in my entire life. So
I've spent none.
yeah, you spent none. So welcome to our this isn't a Hero Story 300. It'd be funny if it was. But
Yeah,
this is
no,
not
it's
a Hero
no,
Story
this is not.
300. We
It's
are
a
just talking
bonus
about
episode.
yeah, just Brave New World, and that's all we're talking about, which is why this video is only 4 minutes long. We
Yeah,
we both saw it. We're gonna get
it
into
is
spoilers. Yeah,
that is what it's called, isn't it? Brave New World.
yeah,
Low key forgot. No,
yeah.
not even a joke.
And the
Genuinely.
font is just like your basic it's the font that
Yeah.
you start off with when you go to type anything in like Microsoft too. Like it's a very that's a boring title. Back in the day when JD and I would just record our movie reviews, we would always start with going over everything that we liked about it, and everything we didn't like
Yes.
about it, and then like
Yes.
references that we caught and things like that. So should we do that here?
I think that is absolutely because I was gonna ask you, I'm like, where do we start? Because this movie doesn't, it feels like it doesn't have a lot for us to talk about, and also seemingly just a fuck ton. Like, there's nothing in this movie that's like, whoa, but there is so many fucking moving parts. There are so
Yeah,
many
yeah.
things, random things to just be like, so what was up with that? So yeah,
Mhm.
let's go with good first, I guess.
Yeah, I like Sam Wilson as a character, and I
He's
like,
good.
yeah, he was good in the movie. He was good
Mm,
in Winter Soldier. He was good in everything he's
mm.
appeared in, really. So he just continued to be a good character. He's leading this time for the first time ever, and unless you count, I guess, Falcon the Winter Soldier, but I don't know, he's well casted. He's a good character.
Yeah, I did. I genuinely, I remember after the movie finishing being like, oh, I didn't think about like, oh wow, this is Sam taking over as Cap now. Like I didn't really occur to me. I think
Mhm.
it's been so long since Falcon and the Winter Soldier that my brain has made the adjustment. So that like I went into this movie not really like, whoa, new Captain America, what does this mean? I went, hope this movie's not absolute garbage. And so I didn't really think about it at any point. Like he
Yeah,
held his
yeah.
own, he held his own as good
Mhm.
as any other Marvel lead actor. Like I
Yeah,
would,
and no
if
problems with
this
him.
movie was better, I would easily watch another two with him as Captain America and totally fucking buy it. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's great in it, and I don't think he will get a sequel, unfortunately. But I would be happy if he
Mm.
did, and I'd be happy to see him lead an Avengers movie too. Like he is a good Captain America. I thought
Yeah,
Harrison Ford was better though.
great. He was
He was the
great.
best part of this whole
He
movie.
was great. He was so good that I was a little bit surprised how like much effort he was. Oh, that's a really nice cup. That's really
Oh,
nice.
it's my
That's
dead dog.
yeah, that's well, okay.
I mean,
You made
yeah,
it weird, dude. I thought it
yeah.
was sweet.
Thank you.
For audio listeners, Hunter is not drinking out of the corpse of his dead dog. He's in fact drinking out of a mug that has a picture
Hmm
of
Thank
not
you.
a
Thank you,
cartoonish kind of picture, not an
audio
actual picture of the
listeners.
dead.
Is this going to be on Spotify or anything?
Yeah, who knows?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll decide that later.
We'll find out.
We'll see
We'll
how
have to make a
long this ends up
thumbnail for
being.
this.
Yeah.
But yeah, Harrison Ford, like his commitment was surprising. Like every time that he was doing like the shaking and looking at his hand, I was like,
Yeah.
wow, they really paid him. Like he did this. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Yeah. He didn't phone it in. Like he took the role seriously. His interviews too. I don't know if you've seen him in his interviews, but he
I
seems to be
have.
having like a good time. Like he's
Yeah, I
joking.
he said a very interesting comment. the other week that I thought was very funny is he was like, "I'll take the fiction of the Marvel universe with a big red Hulk over the like over our reality," and I was just like, "Damn." Okay, Harrison,
Yeah,
spit
yeah,
on, bro.
that is pretty funny. He
It was
also,
good stuff.
there was, I saw one today where a person just brought up like he was one of the people that was thought of by Tim Burton to play Batman back in the 80s. And then he was
Mm-hmm.
just like, I could have had a career, I could have done this and this.
Oh,
It's kind
yeah,
of funny. Just, he's like just joking around, he's having fun. He's not like, I don't know. I remember when Force Awakens came out, he was the grumpiest guy in the world. He hated
yeah,
everyone.
yeah. He seems to have embraced the like I'm grumpy, but now I'm playing into it. It's no longer like, oh my God, I'm actually like. I mean, he's always been a good sport with that stuff, but like
Mhm.
it is, I don't know. It is just nice to see him play into it all and be a
Yeah,
smart ass.
he played the
Like,
Red Hulk. So, yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He was probably in like a tight mocap suit, like you see in the behind the scenes with Mark Ruffalo wearing.
Well, they asked him about that. They were like, "What was it like, acting as the Red Hulk?" And he's just like, I don't know if you know this, but like, it's not real.
Yeah,
I
he's
got paid."
just talking about his money. But yeah, that being said, like he was the best part of this movie. He was
Mm.
angry, and it shows that like he is playing the president of the United States, but that doesn't mean he's a good guy. So he has a lot of flaws to it. Like I thought, like not just Harrison Ford, but the character Thunderbolt Ross was really good in this in
Yeah,
general.
I agree. Yeah, I liked it.
Um,
It didn't feel like so over the like he's so. I feel like it could have been very easy to just make him a complete irredeemable dickhead, but it seemed like a dude really struggle. Like I like the spoilers. Let's say that
yeah,
out of the gate. We're
we're
talking
getting into
spoilers here.
it.
We're not even. But I
That being
like
said, there's not much to spoil.
no, but like I like the Betty through line through this movie. I like him being like Betty doesn't talk to me anymore, and then trying to reach out to her, and then finally getting the phone call. Like I felt something there. I was like, even though this is not William Hurt, and like we have never
Oh, he would have
seen
been so good in
this
this.
dude interact with Liv Tyler. When she showed up at the end, I was just like, you know what I mean? Like I felt the arc. I felt like that this is a dude
Hmm.
trying, even though he's probably getting lost in the sauce a little bit in the
Yeah, yeah.
Red Hulk sauce,
The red sauce there.
the
But
Red Hulk sauce,
he
bro.
was, yeah, like his whole arc, he had an arc and it was a good arc and it was entertaining to watch. Do you think we'll see him again?
Yeah,
You
yes, I do.
do?
Yes, I do. Because
Where?
I, I don't know, bro. The fact that he came back for the Rise of Skywalker to be a dream sequence, Han Solo, I think he'll show up.
Yeah, they pay him enough. Like Sam's gonna
Yeah,
be like, to beat Iron Man Doom, we're gonna have to call the Red Hulk in or
but
something.
genuinely, if they're like Harrison Ford, here's $2 million, you're gonna record 30 seconds of like dialogue and acting, and then the rest of it is gonna be Red Hulk. Like, why wouldn't you? You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah.
Like, fuck it, might as
Oh,
well.
I guess for the good leading into like Harrison Ford, I thought Red Hulk was great. It was good to see like an angry Hulk again for the first time in like
Mm,
15
mm,
years or something like
mm.
that.
It
We've
did look good. It's actually weird. Like Red Hulk looked better than the environments that Red Hulk was in.
I
Like
think they put
his
all their money towards
CGI
him.
looked really good, but the fucking background looks so bad. It's like it was
Yeah.
so close to being like, holy shit, that's perfect. Like I don't know. I don't understand how they make like I was watching you know Corridor Digital, Corridor
Yeah.
Crew.
Mhm.
We were watching them go through basically all the movies that have been nominated for like visual effects Oscars. And you know, they were going through the Robbie Williams movie,
Mhm.
and June 2, and then they got to Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And I said, like, I turned to my partner and I said, "Oh man, that scene where the gorilla's like, or the chimp, I don't know, whatever he is, but the
Ape.
one, the historian white one that's like in the water and the water's rushing off of him and the water's coming out of
Oh,
his
the
beard and stuff.
orangutan. Mhm.
It just looks like
Real.
so real. And like that should definitely win. But like I don't understand why that movie can look like that, where like apes are the characters for the entire thing, and
Mhm.
like we still have shit backgrounds in Marvel movies. I just don't get it.
Yeah, that's a good point,
I
actually.
don't understand it. Like this is so my bias coming through, but you cannot watch this movie and the scene where they're flying around the big fucking hand in the ocean or the final fight at the end and tell me that that looks like worse. Oh, sorry, tell me that that looks better than Revenge of the Sith because it doesn't. Do you know what I mean? They
Yeah,
don't look better. They look like, and that was 20 years ago. And genuinely, I reckon that
yeah.
Obi-Wan fight where the entire thing is fucking lava in the background looks better than this weird CGI parking lot with
I think
cherry blossoms
yeah,
everywhere.
I think it has to do with color. It's all like the dogfight scene. It's all just white, gray, and blue, and that's it.
Yes.
And you're following
Color,
a character wearing blue.
color and like depth of field, everything feels it very like there's two layers to everything. You've got background and then you've
Yeah,
got trees and cars, and then
in
like
the
you've got the
foreground.
characters that are in there,
Mm.
and it feels like there's no depth to the environment.
It was
It's
just
just
like
it's so
I don't know, watching the
so
Thunderbolts trailer in theaters beforehand, that looks like it has like color grading and everything. Like it looks
mm.
really well made. Like it looks like a movie compared
I
to
just
this here.
like but
We'll
why
we'll get more
can't
into
you?
it when we get to the bad.
Yeah, sorry.
Red
I'm getting
Hulk.
lost in the
Red
sauce now.
Hulk looked good. I had a problem with it, which I'll get into soon. But I thought Red Hulk looked good, and I thought that was maybe the most entertaining part of the movie, even though it was pretty short, was
No, it was
the Red
100%
Hulk
was.
scene. Yeah. As far
I
as
was
other
waiting for it
good,
the whole time. I was watching it like I was watching American Werewolf in London, being like, "When's he gonna turn?" Like I was wait
yeah.
when he started like transforming on the boat. I went, "This isn't the White
No, I'm
House," and then
like,
I
no.
felt like conned by it. I was like, "Oh, come on!" Its eyes went red. I went, "Oh,
Yeah, I'm like, oh, are we gonna get another Red Hulk scene that they hid
yeah,
from
no,
us?
no."
No, they showed us everything in the
Mm.
trailers.
Mm. Anyway,
The
that's the negative stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Well, one more good thing for me is I thought all the action was good. I thought the first action scene was good. I even like the dogfight. It looked bad, but I was entertained by it.
Oh, actually, yeah. In terms of good, that part where Sam Wilson rides, he surfs on a fucking rocket. It's the
Like
coolest thing
Fast
I've
and
ever seen in my life.
Furious thing.
No, but like genuinely, I'm like watching it, being like, I feel kind of nothing here, and maybe it was my fault for watching Top Gun Maverick in the same fucking day.
Yeah, it's
In retrospect,
terrible.
being like, what? You know what
You're
I mean?
watching the best dogfights in cinema, and
Yeah, it's like the
this
coolest thing I've ever seen. And then in the same day, I'm watching, yeah, like
went around a
Sam Wilson
frozen
fly.
celestial hand.
Yeah,
That's on
like
you.
yeah, I felt like absolutely nothing in that action scene, but when he jumped on the rocket and started surfing on it, my face was like it was
That's
like,
pretty
okay,
cool.
hey,
That's pretty
there's a
cool.
thing there that
Yeah,
you've got a thing.
I like that.
I like that a lot. Yeah.
I think maybe the best like conversation scene was right before then in the I guess it was just a ship, not a submarine, when Sam and Ross have a private conversation together, and Ross actually listens to him talk about the
Mm.
conspiracy. I thought that was a
Yeah,
great scene. It was intense, and Ross was like showing like Harrison Ford just his acting is with his facial expressions was great. Of him like
yeah.
realizing like, oh God, leader's out. I've been taking the wrong kind of medicine and everything like that.
Mm.
Everything you can tell that he's putting everything together,
I
and Sam's
like
just talking.
I liked Carl Lumley as whatever that character's name, the original Captain America, Isaiah Bradley.
Isaiah Riley, he was awesome. Yeah,
He's great. I look, it's the bias of him being Dick Hallorann in Doctor Sleep. I just think he's such a good actor.
yeah.
But like I saw him and I was like, yes. And then they were like, what if he went to prison again? And I was like, no, don't like that at all. This is miserable. But
Yeah,
he was really good in it.
he's good at being sad, which is
Yeah.
his character in this.
He was good. I liked Falcon. I thought he was fun. Um,
I
Giancarlo
mean, he's okay.
Esposito.
He's in my
Gian,
bad, so I'm not gonna get into that just yet.
sorry,
He's in my bad actually, so we'll get into that.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Esposito.
No, it's not Esposito. I've learnt from Dan Merle. Look up the clip. He shows it in every one of his reviews that like has Giancarlo Esposito. But there's an interview where he's like, "Hi, I'm Giancarlo Esposito," and Dan Merle said that in one of his reviews one time that that was his name, and all the comments were like, "It's Esposito," and he's like, It's in the fucking clip. So every time now he plays
I
the
didn't
fucking
know
clip.
that. I
Yeah,
didn't
it's
know that. There we
expository.
go.
He. No, my point was going to be that he is good for the 4 seconds that he's there. Like
Yeah,
his
I mean
acting
he's
ability.
an incredible actor. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like that scene where it's him and Sam walking, and like he's like, this prison in my own room, my own cell, and blah 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 blah. Like I liked their back and forth. I like them walking out, and
Mhm.
him being like, he's like, if you get out, I'll kick your ass. And he's like, when I get out, I'll kill you. It's like he's selling the cheesy "I'll get you next time" kind of dialogue. I like
Yeah, yeah.
it's not deep. I mean, you are finally watching Breaking Bad. I assume you're up to him now and you
I have
are
five
like, holy
episodes
shit.
left.
Yeah, I will kill your wife. I will kill your
Yeah.
infant daughter. And you're
I
just
mean,
like,
yeah.
oh,
I mean, he's like he's out of the series now where I'm at. But
yeah,
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 but yeah, I know
yeah.
everything. I know everything about his character. Like I've
I
seen all the
can't
scenes.
believe
You know?
and well, have you though?
Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know yet. I mean,
Mm.
like he's okay. Everyone, will cover your ears for 2 seconds. Breaking Bad spoiler. He's dead for me now.
Oh
Moving
yeah, no, no, no.
on. Yeah.
No, no, you're right about Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
I better make a call.
Loki might be a better character but anyway. Yeah.
But yeah, like he doesn't play the same character in everything I've seen him in, but he plays the same type of character where it
He
is
gets typecast so, yeah,
a very
massively.
calm but intimidating person that's like
Mm.
high up somewhere. Whether it's the
Yeah.
boys, whether it's even Star Wars, whether
Oh
it's
fuck, I forgot
this.
about the boys. That's right.
So like he is always someone that's high up where he gets to wear a suit and he's very calm, but he will threaten you and you believe him when he does. But in this one, he
Why?
was just okay. Do you have any more good actually? Do you want to say?
I'm just trying to think why was he cloning clones in Star Wars?
Oh, oh man.
What was that season of the
Set
movie?
up the sequels or something.
Anyway, good.
Oh, I liked how serious this was. There weren't a lot of
Yeah.
jokes, and when they were, they felt natural.
I liked Bucky. That was the best scene in the movie,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah, I like Bucky too.
Yeah.
That was fun to see.
Insane that that dude is running for Congress, but yeah,
We should not be doing
I
that.
I would
He's
not put it
about to
past
fight.
America.
He's about to fight a flying guy that turns people into shadows with a bunch of
Yeah,
criminals.
I know. Yeah, he like I know I sent it to like the chat this morning, but in Winter Soldier he kicked a guy into a fan into like the
The
propeller of his
hell, like a
jet.
propeller.
Yeah,
And
and
it's
just
just like, okay,
shredded him to pieces.
if this was real and he was running for Congress, and everyone knows that, like, oh, he was like mind controlled to kill all these people. What if,
Mm.
like, one of the people he killed was like your dad? Like, are you just
Mm.
supposed to
Mm.
support this?
Yeah,
Are you
that's
supposed to
like
be, yeah,
that.
that's
That's the
fine. He was mind controlled. It's fine. It's like Tony Stark. Like his parents were
yeah.
murdered
That's
by someone. Like,
that's the meme that I sent to the chat. It was like, remember that time when Tony found out that Steve's friend killed his parents, and then they both jumped him for being mad about it.
was was Tony supposed to be like, you know what? It's all good, man. He was
Yeah,
mind
yeah, yeah.
controlled. Nothing I can
Not
do.
only not only was it like your friend killed my parents, but it was also Steve knew about it and didn't tell Tony, didn't give him a warning. It wasn't like, hey man, before you do anything, I need to sit you down. It was like, no, he finds out at the moment that he's like, well, I'm in an Iron Man suit. I can just blow his head off if I really want to. It's so stupid.
Backhands him across the room. Like, but like if it wasn't just Tony Stark's parents that he killed, Bucky killed probably hundreds of people.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I know. It's strange. And I used to not really like Bucky. I think Falcon and the Winter Soldier was the most amount of like legwork that made me go, oh, okay, like this is an actual character. Because before that show, he was just blank slate, boring asshole, in my opinion. He was just a nothing
Even
character. He
in
looked cool.
Captain America 1?
He's fine in Captain America 1. He's okay.
Yeah.
And
I
Winter
think
Soldier, he serves his purpose as like cool, like visually cool villain, but obviously not, he's not really a character per se.
Mhm.
But like Civil War and Infinity War and whatever, like he's just a dude that's there and he's just very like, hey Cap, how we going? Yeah, you used to put newspapers in your shoes. And I'm like, okay.
Well,
Oh,
yeah, yeah, your mom's name is Sarah. He was very
yeah.
monotone, and then he got a character arc, and now he's going to be leading Thunderbolts. But yeah,
Yes,
voting for
which looks
Senate, what?
sick.
They could have did anything with his character, and they decided to do that. They could have said like he's going on a mission.
I'm just like I was thinking about it the other day, and I know this is such like a comic book fan idea that like it's easy to say this in retrospect, but like why the fuck wasn't the Black Widow movie like a Black Widow Bucky team up movie? Remember when they were like
Mhm.
in phase 3, they went, we're done making solo movies per se. We're going to do more like this character and
Team
this
up.
character together. And I
Hmm.
thought that was a great idea. And I know you don't like it as much, but I think Thor
What?
Ragnarok is so
Oh,
good for that.
no, I like it
Um,
now. I like Thor Ragnarok now.
do you?
Remember we talked, yeah, years ago. I
Between
rewatched
this and,
it like before Love and Thunder, and
oh,
I
yeah.
had a better appreciation to it.
You should watch it now after watching Love and Thunder, and you'll be like, this movie's so fucking
Yeah.
good.
So I do like it better now. I still hate
Yeah.
Love and Thunder, of course, and I still prefer the first Thor movie, actually, but
It's not the worst. It's not bad. I like
it's better
some
than
of it
Thor
a lot.
2, though. So
Well,
yeah, yeah, that's not saying much, I know, but I
it's
guess we'll
breaking news, middle tier MCU movie is better than
yeah,
potentially the second worst one.
guess we'll get into the bad now.
Mm, I'm
Okay.
like I'm really trying to think of like good things because this isn't a bad movie. It's a fine movie. I saw a meme today that was like, oh, um, people saying like Cap 4 is average starter pack, and it was just a bunch of quotes being like, it's watchable, it's okay, it's not the best, but it's not the worst. And it was like making fun of people being like in the middle about this movie. But like that is the most normal opinion I think you could have about this movie.
Yeah.
Extreme hate seems just that would be so forced. Like it's not the
Yeah.
worst movie ever made. It's actually all right in a lot of ways. And it's if
I
you
was
told
never
me it was the
bored.
yeah, exactly. If you told me it was the best MCU movie ever made, I'd be like, have you watched the other ones? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, have you
yeah.
watched any of them? Like, so
Like
I think being fairly like in the middle on this movie, I think is totally fair. Like a 4 out of 10, a 5 out of 10, a 6 out of 10, all of those feel quite valid scores to me.
I have a
Um,
list of every MCU movie. I put 46, there's some Disney Plus shows around here too. 46 projects, and this is number 36 for me. So there's
mm.
10 worse things here.
I have the movies ranked. I had some of the MCU shows, but I just took them out because it just got fucking messy. But in terms
Mhm.
of all the movies and the specials, because I count the Werewolf by Night and the Guardian special as movies, because what else am I going to put them under?
Yeah.
This is out of 32, it's 30.
Bro. It's
Well, I mean, I think everything above that is fair enough.
Thor. Okay. So you like Captain Marvel more? Okay.
I think Captain Marvel's better.
Yeah, I do. Do I have that? Yeah, I do too, actually. I like Captain Marvel
I
above
don't
that
think
too.
Spider-Man Far From Home is that good, but I think it's better. I don't hate Hulk. I don't mind Thor. You know,
It's super blurry, but you can kind of tell. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I put it right.
Look, I'm not breaking any ground with this. Like, if we went through these fucking movies and went through like what their average scores are, like,
Yeah.
it's around that ballpark. I'm not breaking
Yeah,
any ground
yeah.
here.
And that being said, you also have not seen Eternals. You have
Eternals,
not seen Ant-Man and the
Quantumania,
Wasp: Quantumania, yeah, which are
and there's one more.
worse in my opinion.
Oh, the Marvels. Those are the three, and they are on the
Oh,
watch list. I will be watching them this year.
I think the Marvels is pretty good. I like the Marvels better
Okay.
than this. But yeah,
Okay.
Quantumania and Eternals, you know.
Hmm.
And the bad of this movie, after defending it there, now let's talk about how much we hate this movie.
Do you know what I fucking hated?
That he's
I
not
really
Steve
hated.
Rogers.
Yeah, not Steve. No, the thing that weirdly pissed me off the most is that it is 2025. This is like the what 35th Marvel movie or what? You know what I mean? Like we
Something
are
like that,
so
yeah.
deep into this franchise. And this is the movie they went, what if we put like a heap of 2009 era Zack Snyder slow-mo?
There's a
pissed me off.
lot.
There's so much, and there's some times where it's cool, like the part where he does the spin and the wing cuts through the
Oh,
jet.
yeah,
Like
he cuts the jet in
that's
half. Yeah.
cool. That was cool. But there's a part when they find the leader and they get trapped in the leader's bunker and there's a bunch of bad guys come in there and Sam like throws the shield and it bangs off the walls and hits one guy and then hits another guy and then he catches it and it's in slow-mo for a bunch of it. And I was watching it like the whole reason like the John Wick movies are so visceral is because we don't have any of that. You know what I mean?
Just
If
go,
those
go,
movies
go,
were
go. Yeah.
him going boosh, boosh, and then someone going, we'd be like, okay. But it's because it happens so quick that you're like,
Hmm.
whoa, you know what I mean? It's
More
like bam, bam,
intense.
bam, and you're
Yeah.
like, holy shit. This movie would have functioned so much, but like, remember Winter? Do you remember the action sequences in Winter Soldier? That's
The knife
exactly what they
flip.
were. It was
Yeah.
like, dum, 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 dum. Remember, like, it was
Yeah.
like so quick and so visceral, and it was like, oh, that looked like that hurt. Nothing looked like it hurt in this movie. Like,
Yeah.
Sam Wilson is chinning people in the shield. Realistically, it should break their neck. And I was like, I could survive that. I'd be fine. You know what I mean? Like, it looked so weak.
I can picture a lot of actually slow-mo shots. And the one that I will defend besides the wing thing is same thing in the leader base when he kicks the shield up and then kicks it out. Because it's like, okay,
Yeah, okay.
he's doing like a trick there. So like
Yeah.
you're showing how the trick works. But every single time he punches or throws a shield, we don't need
It doesn't
that.
need, yeah, it doesn't need to. This, I know this is the biggest fucking comic book nerd white guy fucking podcast moment in history is me complaining about the fucking slow-mo in the fourth Captain America movie. But I was sitting there genuinely like, guys, we could cut 5 minutes off of this thing if we just
Yeah.
sped shit up. Like, what are we doing? Yeah, that was something that really annoyed me.
I was annoyed by Giancarlo Espresso.
Yeah.
Espresso. I was annoyed at his character. He sucked. Like,
Yeah. Look, the character again, the performance is good because Giancarlo Esposito is a fucking great actor. But the character and the the way
his
they've clearly woven in a brand new set of reshoots into this movie that were never supposed to be there and tried to
yeah,
make
it's
that a
so
cohesive
obvious.
part of the movie. It's so, yeah, like
He's what's his Crossbones? Is he the guy they fight at the beginning of Civil War? Crossbones?
yes, yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's that character, but boring.
But not a cold open. That was the thing. That was a
Yeah.
cold open. It was an intro to the movie where there's an inciting incident, and that's what happens here. If this movie had the Giancarlo Esposito action sequence, something went wrong, and that's why he's in contact with President Ross and blah blah blah, and that was it, then like sure, okay, you have inciting incident, and it's a separate little vignette before the credits come up, before it says
Mhm.
Brave New World. But no, he's like I remember like for 90% of Sidewinder's fucking scenes, I remember thinking like, are we even gonna see Anthony Mackie and Giancarlo Esposito in a scene intro? I was so sure it was gonna be like
Besides the
shot
fight,
here,
I
shot there, but they
guess.
never actually met on set. Like I was so certain, but they do
Because
later. So
yeah, yeah, the scene where he's chained up and Sam basically leaves the set. He goes like, "Be right back,
yeah,
guys." Leaves. Obvious green screen where he has a conversation and then comes
yep.
back over.
Yes, yep, yeah. Yeah.
God,
I
it's
love that
so
part where
bad looking.
they meet in like a church looking place and we never see like a wide shot of them together. This is at the start of the movie, whatever that room was.
Yeah.
Um, and we never see like a wide shot of them standing. It's just shot of Sam, shot of Sidewinder, and then this villain comes in, this big bearded buff guy for Sam to fight, and he's like, "I'm gonna kill Captain America," and then we cut to a wide shot, and Giancarlo Esposito is just gone. Like we didn't see him leave. Like he's just not there
No, he
anymore.
got
And I was like,
away.
I guess he left. Like
Not track
little,
him down or
he
anything.
didn't go like, "Good luck, Sam," and then walked out. Like it was just he wasn't there. It like despawned.
Yeah.
Like, okay. So
God.
strange.
It's so
And
obviously reshot.
there's like I'm gonna get this wrong in some sense, but there was a part in this movie where like, okay, let's see, you've got Ross, you've got the leader, you've got Sam fighting Sidewinder, and you've got wherever Falcon was. And there is a moment in this movie where it cuts from one to the next to the next to the next and never cuts back to anything. and it just felt like a collage of completely different stories going on. And I was like,
Mhm.
okay, we're here. We're here. It's not like we've jumped from Sam to the leader, back to Sam, then to Ross, and then to
Mhm.
Sam, and like we're keeping at least one consistent through this. No, it's like here's everything again, and it's like I was like, okay. So by the time we cut back to Sam, I went, what was he? Oh yeah, it's like, oh, that's what he was doing. Just
Yeah.
like,
It just
so weirdly edited.
it's yeah, the editing in general just sucked. I thought he has a line which also shows the leader. That's another one of my bad things. He's dumb. Okay.
Yeah.
He when he fights Sam, he goes Sidewinder goes like, huh, he told me that there was an 80% chance that if you survived the bomb that you'd keep fighting. It's like obviously you would.
Yeah, yeah. He's a
You
super.
shocked him? You shocked that Captain America is fighting a guy trying to kill him?
Dude, truly,
Why
this
is
is
that
this is
surprising?
this is such a niche thing for me specifically. But the way the leader is written in this movie is what I was afraid of Dave Filoni writing Thrawn in Ahsoka. Like that was my nightmare scenario that he was this dumb.
Yeah,
Like like to be like, you foiled my plan, Sam, so now I have to show up here to get arrested so that he can turn into the Hulk. He had no effect on the fact that Harrison Ford turned into the press made him turn into the Hulk. Like you know what I mean? It wasn't really
yeah,
anything to do with him. It was just like, here I am. And what a waste of Tim Blake Nelson, dude. He's such a
yeah.
good actor. Like,
I don't
brother,
I don't like how he looks too. I get that it's more like kind of realistic, but I wanted the big head. I wanted him to
you
look
wanted
like
the
JD,
yeah.
but he looked nothing like him. But there's
God, that'd be good.
concept art of him looking like JD,
Yeah,
and
and he's got like the goatee and stuff. Yeah, and like it didn't look. I don't think the makeup looked terrible.
no, like it looked
Um,
fine. Like I'm not against the design. I just was hoping he'd get the big head.
the
So when they
leader
revealed
came.
it and he just has like the bubbly head, I was like, all right, man, like sure, fine.
Yeah, there was okay, yeah. So we saw like there was concept art like this. It was like promo
Hmm.
art where he's got like a
Hmm.
goatee and hair, which was this picture.
Yeah, and I thought that looked
Which
good.
look, I mean, he does look stupid, but that's like just not what he
At
looked
least
like
he
at all
has
in
the
the movie.
green hair still, but like he's blind in one eye too. I'm like, what is the? I don't know. It's keeping
I'll
on
be
the
honest
leader's
with you.
character. But
I
yeah,
I
go
didn't I didn't hate the blind in one eye thing. I thought the scenes where we like first see him and it's glimmery green eye and then like shimmery like more clean
white.
over.
Yeah.
I thought that looked kind of cool.
I don't,
That
not my
looks like
thing.
Fantastic Four 2015 Doctor Doom, actually.
Doom, yeah, it does look like
Yeah.
Doom a little bit. Keeping with this character here, this is this one of the worst post-credit scenes ever? Maybe.
Um, you know my thoughts on the post-credit scene.
You just
You know what I
left,
did.
right?
We sat there for the first, like the fancy credits where it's all like
Mm.
animated and it looks cool. And I was like, okay. And I'd heard that like the post-credit scene was just pointless. And so I was like, oh well, if they're just these credits, I'll wait. And then it was Captain America Brave New World. And then the black and white just scrolling credits started. And I went, nah. And we just stood up and left. And I just Googled it. So I still haven't seen it. I know what it
Yeah,
is. I read it. I
it's
read the scene and I went, okay, that
it's
means absolutely nothing.
it sucks
Um,
because the whole movie you're talking about like forming a new Avengers. I thought maybe the ending would be like Sam maybe looking at a bunch of screens with like Shang-Chi on
yeah,
one
with
and
people on, yeah,
yeah, you see like all these heroes that we've been introduced to for the past few years, but instead we just have the leader and
the
the
leader
raft.
again.
Yeah, and he just goes like, I've done the calculations. There are more worlds out there. It's
Worlds.
like,
Oh, I know.
okay, yeah, we knew that in 2020.
Yeah, dude, I read that and I went, holy shit, they're still trying to make us give a fuck. Like,
If this was in
it's
2019, sure, that's something right
yeah.
there. But this is like we've had multiverse movies. We've
I
had a
was gonna
few
say
of them.
this is 3 years after we had John Krasinski, Mr. Fantastic, talk about incursions. Like we're so far beyond going, oh, the multiverse. Like so far, we're literally about to get the Fantastic Four set in a new reality.
Yeah, it's like if the end of Age of Ultron, they went like, hey, villains, they exist. It's like, okay, we know.
Yeah,
Like,
cool.
yeah, we
Hell
know.
yeah, that's
He's
great.
basically saying like there's gonna be more movies coming, so be ready. It's like give us
Yeah,
something
we
like
know.
say a name. Say Doctor Doom. Say
Yeah,
Kang
like
even. Like give us something besides just there's more worlds out there. We know.
I I hate to say it, but I am gotta be careful how I phrase this. I am kind of into the cameo porn of characters. I kind of like it. I
Yeah.
don't mind like being like here's this person and whatever, and that's cool. I mean, there's such thing as overdoing it, but there's also sometimes fan service is just fan service and it's good and it's not too overindulgent and it's like, oh, that's awesome. Like there are some examples where it's like Darth Maul at the end of a Han Solo movie, and you're like, okay, that's cool and all, but why? That's a perfect
Yeah.
example of overindulging. But there are, there's plenty of other examples where it's, I mean, I can't think of a single fucking one, but one where it's like, oh, that's cool and that fits and whatever. Oh, it's Bruce Banner at the end of Iron Man 3, whatever.
Bruce
Um,
Banner should have been at the end of this movie, honestly.
yeah, well, like, because he was at the end of Shang-Chi, yeah, I think he should have
Yeah.
been. Or like him and Captain Marvel, like to just bring things together. You have so many things out there, and none of them are coming together. Like, do you remember the post-credit scene for what, Iron Man 2? It was just Thor's hammer. I
Yeah.
don't give
And
a
then
fuck.
the next movie was Thor.
I can't even profess to you how little of a fuck I give about Thor, but I still watch that and I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
something.
I was expecting a new Avengers team being made. I was expecting Bruce Banner, or if they were smart, I was expecting a Thunderbolts thing because that's the next movie, and Bucky was in this.
Yes. Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
we're
yeah.
probably gonna see
Yes.
where Bucky ends up. We're probably gonna see maybe Elena and Bucky talking to each other or something like that. But
Dude,
no.
it blew my mind when Lewis Pullman showed up in Top Gun Maverick and he went, "Hi, I'm Bob." I went back and pulled up the fucking Thunderbolts trailer when he's doing it. He did this
Hi, I'm
already.
Bob. Yeah.
It's the exact blew my mind, man. He's
I'm
also
pretty
Bill
sure
Pullman's
it's like
kid,
a
which is cool.
who?
Do you not know? Bill Pullman, the actor, President Independence Day.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks.
Anyway,
He's good in Top Gun as well. He's great.
he is.
Are
He's
you
probably my
sad it's
favorite.
not Steven Ewan?
I mean, I like Stephen Yeun a lot, but I don't really give a fuck.
Yeah.
That's really it.
Was
Uh,
Glenn?
well, yeah, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend I give a fuck about the Sentry. I think the Sentry is cool. I think the character and the concept of that character is cool, but like, I don't.
Yeah,
If Lewis
okay, yeah.
Pullman pulled out and it was Glenn Powell, I'd probably be like, "Here we go." You know how I feel.
All right, that's fair. The pacing was a little weird in this movie. The green screens are bad. What else is bad about this movie? It's just kind of it's the same plot as Winter Soldier, kind of.
Yeah, well, like, I mean, Winter Soldier has the midway through, like, oh shit, like, I didn't see the Hydra stuff coming. And, like, I feel like in retrospect, maybe we should have, but this movie doesn't have anything like that in it where it's like, oh, whoa, like, big
Hmm.
twist. Like, I told you, there was a guy in front of me that when the leader came out of the shadows, he went, "Oh, I knew it." And I was like, shut the fuck up, dude. Are you serious? Because, like, there are two realities out there. There is either people who the leader comes out and they go, who the fuck is that? Or there are people that are fans of these movies and know that Tim Blake Nelson is in it because they said he's going to be in it. And they go, oh, from The Incredible Hulk. And when he appears on screen, they go, ah, that's right, he's in this. No one is like, this isn't like Red Skull in Infinity War, where it was like, oh shit. Like, no,
Yeah.
no, anyone who's going, it's Tim Blake Nelson from The Incredible. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Just wanted to
Just
say
stop
it.
trying to impress people. No one thinks it's impressive in the cinema when you go, shut up. So
Yeah.
stupid. It's
Yeah.
the leader. He was like the B villain in The Incredible Hulk, the one that doesn't even have Mark Ruffalo in it. No one cares.
At least he's just saying that and that's it. Like when I saw Love and Thunder, the end credit scene was Hercules who appears, and the guy behind
Yes.
me said, "That's Hercules. He kills Kang in the comics."
Oh
And his
my
friends were like,
God.
"Really?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, oh my God, I want to turn around so
Brother.
badly, but I
Yeah.
can't. I feel like he was just saying that because he wanted to be like, I know comic books, but that's not even a thing. I don't
Yeah,
think
I
Hercules even met Kang. It was just because Kang was the big bad during that time. So he was trying to
yeah,
like
God.
impress his friends.
How many examples? Oh, I remember my worst example. It genuinely could have been the same motherfucker, but when Null appeared in Venom 3 and there was a dude just doing fucking flips in the cinema, as if it's not the worst fucking character scene ever. Just fully CGI Null with his hair down like this, doing nothing. And he was like, oh my God. Like, shut the
We see
fuck
him
up.
in the trailer too.
Yeah, exactly. And he does nothing the whole movie.
It's
Oh,
not a
man.
surprise.
I won't
Man,
forget you, buddy.
man, you're
I've had
seeing
some.
bad movies in theaters. Well, I mean, Captain America's isn't a bad movie, but like you're seeing boring movies.
Oh yeah, look, this was. I said this to my partner before we went in. I was like, this will be better than Venom 3, like hands down. It's all good.
Yeah, it is, it is. But like it's still not the greatest movie. Like it's still
No, it's not.
it's got a lot of problems. It's got a lot of green screen
It's
issues. It's got a lot of like not necessarily pacing issues because I felt like it was going pretty fast, but it's also a short movie and I feel like the
which
plot's
I
kind of
appreciated.
boring.
I appreciated that it was short. I just
Why,
like
like, they have a Captain America movie and you decide to make it a Hulk sequel? Why? Like,
that is so strange to me. Yeah, like I this is gonna sound so disingenuous and
okay.
such horse shit, right?
Uh-oh.
But like, just make a good movie. You know what
I
I
mean,
mean? Like,
man,
just make a good movie.
we
Just,
were we were all kind of nervous for this movie though. And we're
I
not
wasn't nervous. I don't think I gave a fuck, but
well
like,
that's the
just
thing, like leading up on this
can't be that
podcast,
hard.
every time we talked about this movie before it came out, we're just like, I don't know about this, guys. I don't know if it'll be that good. But Thunderbolts does look good, and Fantastic
Mm,
Four does look good. So
yes, it does.
if those movies are bad, we gotta check on Tyler because I don't know if he'll be okay.
They just can't like they can't coast off of mediocrity until the end of time. Like this has to wrap. I know I've said this for like 2 years at this point, but they've got to wrap this up at some point.
Take your
They've got to
wish.
just be like, we're done. We can't. We're not doing a third Marvels movie. We're not doing Eternals 2. We're not doing a
Yeah.
Shang-Chi trilogy. You know what I mean? We're not bringing Robert Downey Jr. back to do a fucking Iron Man 4. Like, just do your silly little Doctor Doom movies and then fuck off.
Pay Tom Holland billions of dollars to keep doing your Spider-Man movies.
And
He
just
talked about
like,
that recently. I don't know if you saw that, him talking about how he could say no now.
yeah, he absolutely. Of course he can. And
Yeah.
like, I mean, him and Zendaya separately have both said as soon as they have a kid, they're just out. They're done with acting.
Hmm.
And like, fair enough.
Yeah, I
Why
kind of get
wouldn't
it. Yeah.
I kind of like honestly Tom Holland, bro, if he like this next Nolan movie, he's doing the Odyssey,
Odyssey.
obviously.
Mhm.
Um, if that movie hits, Tom Holland's gonna have like, okay, I was Spider-Man, I was the lead actor in a Nolan movie. I've married Zendaya, and he can just fuck off. And sorry, but there's no amount of shit that someone could talk online that would make me side with them and not Tom Holland. You know what I mean? Like sorry,
Yeah, I totally get it.
bro,
Like
bro he's like I
he won.
get it. He hasn't done a lot outside of Spider-Man. It doesn't matter. He's Spider-Man and he's a Chris Nolan baby now and he's married to Zendaya and he's about to just fuck off and retire while we all work until we're 65.
Yeah, you could probably retire at 30 here. So
Yeah,
like,
exactly. So sorry. Tom Holland
I
wins, bro.
I want him to do more, but I understand if he doesn't. So
Yeah, I mean, like he's done a couple little like artsy sort of things and they haven't really hit, but like
it's fine.
maybe the Odyssey will be for him what Oppenheimer was for RDJ, where it's like, hasn't really
Mhm.
done much post Marvel and then,
Dr.
gets a
Dolittle.
role from sorry.
Wrote Dr. Dolittle. Robert
Yeah,
Downey
no, he
Jr. did
he did
that.
that. Yeah, no. No,
Yeah,
I mean,
so
sorry, actually no, he didn't do that. I don't know what you're talking about. That doesn't exist.
did you watch it? I did.
No, because it doesn't exist. But did
Okay.
you really?
What did I see?
Why did you watch that?
Because it was I'm gonna go on Letterboxd and just delete that I watched.
I would low key love
Come on,
to
come on,
see
come
A
on, come
what
on,
it
come
has
on,
on
come on, come on.
Letterboxd and wait,
Come
wait.
on, come on, come on.
No,
Get
no,
that
no,
done.
come on, come on. Da, 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 da. Come on.
Just delete her review
Why would you do that?
because it doesn't exist.
That's fair.
It's
Oh
called
my God,
Doolittle.
dude. I haven't seen Dunkirk in like 3 years. We watched it last night and like they pick up the people, like the civilians that are on the boat like pick up this dude that's sitting on like the sinking wreckage of a boat, and they bring him on, and like his hair's in front of his face. And I went, that dude looks a lot like Cillian Murphy, but I know for a fact it's not. And then it cut to them, and then it cuts back to the guy, and the guy looks up, and I'm like, actually, I think that might be Cillian Murphy. It just is him. I just didn't remember him being in that movie at all.
The top comment on Letterboxd for Doolittle is just the horror, half a star.
Have I told you? Oh my God. Have I told you my favorite, like, top letterboxed review at the moment is for the Wolfman? And it's just, unfortunately, Daddy do have that dog in him. I just love that. It's such a good review.
It's, are you gonna watch Wolfman?
Yeah, hell yeah, I am.
I mean, it's been on streaming for a little while here.
Has it? Oh, has it really?
Yeah, I watched it.
Oh. I assumed you went and saw it in cinemas because you were bored one day.
I
Okay.
watched it on Prime.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, no, I'm genuinely very excited to watch it, even though, like, I know I won't love it. But also, I watched a movie from 1997 last night called Werewolf, and I gave that half a star, so it'd have to be better than that.
Your movie catalog is either a really bad movie that I've never heard of in my life, or something that everyone's already seen.
Well, I mean, I've seen Dunkirk before. I've
Yeah,
seen
but
Top Gun. I had not seen
like
Maverick.
Maverick and then Werewolf.
Yeah, but it's because when we do a double feature, we do okay, let's do a good movie and then let's do a shit horror movie. And usually I'm in charge of the shit horror movie, so I'm
You
just like,
start
bet.
with the bad?
No, we start with the good. Like we did Dunkirk and then we did Werewolf.
You don't want to end on a good note?
No, because you drink a little bit of alcohol and you go to bed at 1 in the morning and you've had a really good time. And I had a
Okay.
really good time.
I was gonna say, do you
Like
just like
like
stare at the ceiling after? Like, what did I just
like
see?
this was fucking terrible, but I loved it. Low key loved it.
One star.
It's so bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Captain America's the last movie I watched, and I'll probably watch it two more times. I guess references real quick to Captain America.
Mm.
Adamantium, I think that's the main thing. It's in the MCU now.
D
So Wolverine will have a god bones.
does it matter? Yeah, okay. Because like I don't know where adamantium comes from in the comics. I'm not going to fucking pretend that I do. I'm sure that guy that was sitting in front of me at the cinema would be like, "Oh, well, actually," uh, despite
Yeah,
not reading the
Hercules
comic.
beats Kang. So
Yeah, like I don't fuck. So I don't really know, and nor do I give a fuck. But it does feel a bit strange to be like, "Oh, it's come from like the big hand of Aramesh." Is it Aramesh?
that was Tiamat.
Tiamat? I don't fucking know. I haven't seen that movie.
Okay.
um, but yeah, it feels weird to be like, yeah, it's just come out of a big alien robot god thing in the ocean.
Yeah, a little
And
odd.
then also, what does that mean? Like, we are too late in that we just had Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. And like, what does adamantium mean for us at this point in the MCU? Vibranium
Yeah.
has permeated like the universe going forward. Like, Sam has vibranium wings in this. He's got the charging thing that Black Panther has with the purple energy and stuff. I thought that was cool. That should have been in
Yeah,
the
that
cool
was
scene.
cool. Yeah.
Captain America's had the vibranium things. Bucky's had a vibranium arm. Like we've like that has tied into a bunch of different characters, and I think that is really cool.
hmm
But like, what the fuck are we gonna do with adamantium now? Why do we care?
X-Men said, well, yes, Harrison Ford said, which was crazy to hear him talk about this. We're just like,
Yeah, yeah.
adamantium.
Adamantium. It's
Yeah, we use it
stronger than
for
vibranium. You're not Steve Rogers, he said to a room full of people.
just staring directly at Sam and then like,
Yeah.
sorry, took his medicine.
Yeah. That was a stupid plot device. Why did he believe that absolute sociopath
The
was going to
first
make him
scene,
better?
at the very first scene in the movie, he goes up to give his speech after being elected, and he takes that like medicine. I'm like, that's gonna turn him into Red Hulk. That was my
Yeah,
first
exactly. Yeah,
thought.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It was like,
so
well,
obvious.
that's how he does it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're really focusing. You're really doing like several different shots of him like opening his canister.
Was his campaign slogan just together?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, Americans are so stupid.
Together. Um, any other references? There's
Mm.
probably like several. I mean, the Bucky, like
Mm.
Avengers.
Oh, I've got one for bad.
Sure.
And like I'm gonna make this clear, like opinions like notwithstanding, this is actually not I'm usually not one to like put a disclaimer or be scared of putting my opinion on the podcast. But I will say this is not a political thing at all. But Sabra or whatever that character was
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
terrible. She was
Yeah.
fucking not only like
I forgot
this is
about
so
that. Yeah.
insulting, but I just couldn't stand looking at her. But like, she was such an insufferable character. And when she put on her stupid little like Winter Soldier-esque jacket and tried to have an action scene in a whole like, I fucking hate those dudes on YouTube that are like, women in action movies can't fight a bunch of men. It's so stupid. Let me see Anna de Armas kick a bunch of dudes' asses in that John Wick spinoff. I
Ballerina.
want to see it.
Hmm.
But this was the first time that I went, I kind of, yeah, I see it. Like, it just looked so stupid.
Theater JD
I
coming
hated that
out.
character. I hated that character.
I think like
Served no fucking purpose either.
because yeah,
Genuinely, you just cut the character out. Fucking terrible.
well, because like they mentioned right away, they're just like, oh, she worked in the Red Room. She's a widow. So it's like, okay, so she's
Yeah.
she's Black Widow
Okay.
again. That okay, so
And then
therefore
she
she's
does
good at
nothing.
fighting. But at the same time, my partner and I were talking about this too. It's just like she's also like 4'9". So it's like,
Yeah,
so
she's
she's
somehow shorter than me, and I am literally the approximate height of Bilbo Baggins. It blew my mind.
so it's like you don't. When you see like Scarlett Johansson or Florence Pugh, and they're the widows, they look like
Mm,
they've been through it. Like they
mm.
they sell that kind of like this Russian spy.
Yeah, they've got
Yeah,
physicality to them. Absolutely. Yeah.
but this person was just like, why is she here?
Yeah, and also like there was a clear point in the movie where Sam and Falcon like they're looking at like footage and they see like Isaiah Bradley's phone flashing in his face and they're like, "Oh my
Mhm.
God, he's being brainwashed." And then we immediately cut to a scene of Sabra, whatever the fuck the name is, finding the exact same thing and discovering that same thing. And I was just like, do we have to have two different sets of people coming to the same conclusion? Like, can we not just cut one out and just let Falcon and Captain America be the people figuring this out? You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
We
It
just
would
had to
be
bring
it
this
would be
character.
like in Winter Soldier if we just had a random cutaway to like Sharon Carter also figuring out that, like, you know what I mean,
Hmm.
something about Hydra, and they have separate storylines and then converge. Like, no, we're here for the two like lead characters. In that, it was Black Widow and it was Cap. In this, it's Captain America and it's Falcon. Like,
Yeah, it just
also Falcon's an idiot. He just flew into a rocket and blew himself up. And
they're
also,
being
how
told,
fucking dare you,
no, don't
Anthony
do it,
Mackie?
don't do it, don't do it.
Anthony Mackie fucking said that Kendrick Lamar did the title track for this movie, and then the song at the end was just a song from an album that came out
2017?
20, no, like 2014. Damn was in
Yeah.
2017. To Pimp a
Oh yeah,
Butterfly was
dude, it's
2014. It was
before that. It's
over 10
before that.
years ago. You cannot go off the back of the Super Bowl, which was fucking awesome, by the way. Let's just put that out
Hmm.
there.
Hmm.
And be like, he's done the title track for our movie, and it's fucking I love myself. Good song, but like, what the fuck? I was expecting like a new song. I don't know why. I feel like we would have heard it beforehand, but like, I felt so conned. I was like, oh man, come
Because it
on.
makes sense too, because Shang-Chi got an original song for its credits. Black Panther got original music for its credits. So it's like, oh, we're getting like another original song here.
Black Panther got an album, bro. That was such a good time. That was like oh God, dude,
Yeah,
that was like the best era of just life. That 2017, 2018 period, just everything was the best.
everything. Picture yourself here. You live in America.
Mm. Well, look, it can't get any worse.
I mean,
They wouldn't do it again.
yeah, that's true. They wouldn't. So that's our thoughts on Captain America. Uh,
I
Two
love two
guys not from
non-Americans
America.
talking about a movie called Captain America and spending half of it ragging on America. So good.
Tyler, he doesn't care about Sam Wilson's Captain America, apparently, otherwise he'd be here.
He did say that. He did say he's not Steve Rogers, and we were like, dude, come on, bro.
Apparently
Like,
the whole movie, every time he threw the shield, he's like, Steve could have done this better.
yeah, he kept throwing popcorn at the cinema. Yeah.
Do you think Sam should have took the serum?
I don't really fucking care.
I don't think he should have, but I also agree with the argument that the movie probably would have been more entertaining.
It would have made look, it would make more sense for him as a character, but I also like it makes more sense for him to take it. It's more interesting that he doesn't.
Yeah, I see the argument for both sides. I like that he's like, I'm
Yeah.
human. I'm gonna stay human. I'm gonna stay like the best human I could be. But also be cool to see him just like throw a car or something,
Can they just get the serum? Oh, I guess like they made it.
for John
Have they
Walker.
made this?
They did for John
Oh
Walker.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. Yeah, true. So I guess that's just a thing they can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I mean, like it would have been cool to see him like, when like Thanos like goes to punch Steve and he grabs him and like holds it back. It'd be cool to see Sam do that, but
Yeah.
also it's
Yeah,
like
that's true.
I get it. Also, Sam probably should have been killed by Red Hulk for some of the hits he took.
Look, that action scene is like it's pretty cool. It also makes fucking no sense.
Yeah, when he
I
gets like,
love the fact that Sam tries to talk him down and then they fight for a bit and then he just tries to talk him down again, but this time it
oh,
works.
that was in my bad. Forgot about that. That was in my bad. The
Like
the fight is cool. The ending sucks.
it's so like it's like, but you just what?
Yeah, because he tries to talk him down, it doesn't work, and then it does work suddenly when there's other people
That's true.
around. Like I just have him knock him out somehow. Have him do something where he just uses like the
Mm.
vibranium tech to like knock him out, like he did. But that should
Like
have
he
like
did, yeah.
instead of like Red Hulk just punching his way out, it should have just been Harrison Ford then.
But I thought I was so sure that was the part where Betty was going to show up. I
I
was
thought so
so
too. I was
certain
expecting
that
it.
was
Yeah.
when she was going to show up. And then
Then he
like it was
calms
cool.
down. That's fine. Yeah. And I
Yeah,
saw people saying online, like, oh, it makes sense that Sam talked to him now because Sam was a grief counselor in Winter Soldier. So he's good at like
true.
talking to people,
True.
which is true. That is cool. But his whole thing was just like, think of Betty. That didn't work. And like,
Yeah.
suddenly it
Look at
does
this
work.
place. This is where you used to walk with her, and it's a CGI parking lot. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So,
That'll
I
do
don't know.
it. I look, I hate to do like death by comparison stuff, but watching this movie, I was like, fuck, we were harsh on Age of Ultron. We were
Age
harsh
of
on
Ultron's
it.
pretty good, actually.
It
Yeah,
is like and like even
looking back,
that Hulkbuster Hulk fight, holy shit, dude!
go to
Like
sleep, go to
that was a
sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
cinematic experience. That was good. When you guys talk about like movies at the cinema are so good, I remember watching that in the cinema and being like,
Just ding, 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 ding,
go to
ding,
sleep, go to
ding.
sleep, go to sleep. Oh man, so good. When he swings the fucking elevator, he knocks the tooth out.
We had it so good. We had it so
We had it so good we didn't even know we had. Well, actually, no, we definitely knew we had it so good. I remember when like No Way Home came out, being like, "Fucking hell!" Like we're so lucky. We are so lucky.
My dad just texted me. He was seeing it tonight.
Mhm.
Oh, it's backwards. He said that movie was not good. So,
Look, it seems to be a fairly common opinion. I think people are pretty torn in the middle. I mean, it got a B minus cinema score for people that give a fuck about that, which is
oh,
Tyler and four other people.
mhm. Overall,
Um,
I give it a 6 out of 10.
Dude, I I said that the Rotten Tomatoes audience score would be 80%, and it literally is exactly that.
Oh, 51, it went
Um,
down. Okay. Hmm.
by yeah. Like and like again, like that's like if you see that score and you are interested in this movie, it's worth seeing.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
there is at least 51% of that audience that's going good enough to go and see.
yeah, and I still recommend seeing it and making like your own
I th
judgment here.
It was Friday. I was trying to figure out when we were going to see it because I knew that we were watching Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick that night. We also were we needed to like shop and go for a walk, and we had a bunch of plans on. And like, it was like 1 o'clock, and I was like, I'm fucking bored, and we don't need to go yet. And I was like, okay, let's just go and see it. And I was so glad that we did. Not the best movie in the world, but I was so glad to watch a movie in theaters and do
Yeah,
something with my life. So like if you are bored and home and feeling like depressed and down, just go out and like do it and watch it and get some popcorn and just fucking enjoy the nonsense of it and remember that it's not that deep and that even shit movies or middling movies can be enjoyable times.
wow, I didn't
That's my
expect that to
take.
hear. I didn't expect that to hear you. hear that from you, seeing that you tend to see like four movies in theaters a year.
Yeah, but like that's because I'm lame.
Yeah, but you always watch movies at home. I'm excited for you to watch Twisters. It is might be the best movie ever made.
I've seen Twisters.
You saw Twisters,
Yeah, I saw Twisters.
like the new one.
If you feel it, chase it.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I didn't know you were a fellow Twister.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. Yeah.
I don't know why I'm thinking about Twisters.
Yeah. No, it's really good, dude.
It's better than Captain America.
It is better than Captain America, absolutely. I thought I told you my opinion on Twisters. There was a like we were on a kind of like Glenn Powell kick, and like I was like the truck pulls up, and I went, "Fuck! I hope this is Glenn Powell in just like a cowboy like outfit with like a hat on or something." And like he opens the door and steps out, and he's got like a pale kind of cowboy hat on and the biggest shit eating grin, and I was just like, "What?" I was so excited, dude.
So that
Oh,
movie. I saw that movie with a friend of mine, and we just carpooled. And there was a guy next to us that was like so into it. Every joke he was
mm.
laughing at and everything. And he was like the biggest Twister fan ever. We leave and we're at a red light, and he was next to us. And I'm just like, hey, do it to the guy. So we like knocked on the window. He looked over. We both were like this, and he did like,
Fuck
like
yeah,
a
dude.
Twister.
That's so good. That would have made his year, bro. He went
So
home and gave that a 10 on Letterboxd and fucking bought the poster. Like,
probably,
like that movie is a really solid, like 7 or 8 kind of movie. But if someone said that Twisters was
yeah.
their favorite movie, I wouldn't hate them for it. I'd be like, you know what? Fair, you can have that. That's
It's
fair.
pretty good. It's pretty good,
It's pretty
honestly.
good. It's crazy to me that that movie, like the main character, they keep being like, "What's your last name?" And she never like, she's like, "I don't want to talk about it." They never bring it up. And I was so sure that her last name was going to be Harding or whatever, and she was going to be the daughter of Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt from the first movie.
From the first
And
one,
then we
yeah.
meet her mum, and it's just no one. It's just a person. And I was like, "What?
Why
Why
do they
did you
hide it
hide her?"
then?
You know what I mean? It's like so.
Oh, because she was probably like the survivor of all her friends dying kind of
Which
thing.
she was, but
Yeah.
they go at like Glenn Powell is like, huh, I wonder like who she is. She's no one really. It doesn't matter.
That's a
Her
good
fucking,
point.
her cuck friend in that movie, the one that wants to be with her,
Oh,
but
yes,
like,
yes, yes.
God, I hated him. I wanted him to get sucked off by that tornado so bad, bro.
Did he in the end? No, he
And
did. He
and
lived. He
no,
lived. All
no,
right.
he died.
Superman
Yeah, he was
died.
like helping people in that cinema as it got like demolished.
Yeah. Good movie, man. Good movie.
It's a good
Speaking
movie.
of,
Yeah.
you should but I'm gonna kind of put it on your list here.
Yeah.
Wicked. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'll watch Wicked. Yeah.
But I mostly want you to watch Dungeons and Dragons. That's the one movie I want you to
Yeah,
watch the
that's
most of.
that one's kind of a high priority because
Yeah, that one. Put
we
on the
watched The
Sonic
Princess
movies.
Diaries 2 and Chris Pine was the love interest in that. I went, fuck, he might be the best Chris.
I think he
I like
is.
Chris.
I
I
honestly think
like
he
Chris
is.
Pine a lot.
He's the only good part of Wish, just the Disney movie
What
that came out a while ago.
is Wish?
I don't
What
recommend
is
it.
that? What is
It-
Wish?
It's animated. It was the 100th anniversary Disney movie.
Oh. Oh. I watched
It's
Soul.
I thought you were saying Saw with the strongest Australian accent
It's a
there.
super strong Australian accent. No, no. Oh wow, dude, that's crazy. A fucking animated Disney movie with that. That's
Yeah, it's okay. I like his song in it a lot though. Like it's a musical, so you don't have to put it on your list.
rough
You've
boner.
seen yeah, you've seen every Mission Impossible, right?
Except the last part was it part one of whatever
Dead
this?
Reckoning, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That I
the
have not
latest.
seen that one.
Ooh, watch that after we stop
I'm
recording.
excited to. I really like I Okay, I think the first one is mid as fuck. I think the second one is mid as fuck. I think the third one is all right. I think the fourth one fucks. I think the fifth one fucks. I think the sixth one fucks.
Yeah, at four, it's just
All
like,
of the
oh my
movies,
God.
dude, everything post three is like, what the fuck? This is so good. I remember when Ghost Protocol came out and it was like, this movie's really good. And it's like, yeah, this is really good. Surely they won't get better than this. And then they've got better every time. It's
God,
unreal.
there's like a 15-minute action sequence chase scene in Rome where he's handcuffed to Haley Atwell. And it's just
Mm.
like this, it's insane because they have to run at the same speed, and she's not as fast
Yeah.
as Tom Cruise. So he says to
No,
like
dude.
yank her and everything, and like have her yank her down so they dodge bullets. And it's like this is oh, they're the best action movies ever. I'm so excited
Tom
for the new
Cruise,
one.
Tom Cruise might be weird, but fuck, he commits, and it's hard not to enjoy it when he does. It's really hard not to enjoy it.
I am
He
named
did the
after him, so I
run.
have to.
He did this run in Maverick when
Yeah.
he's running through the forest, and I was just like, oh, he's doing the run. I was so excited. By the way, had no idea. Spoilers for Top Gun Maverick, but we watched Top Gun. And I was like, hey, Miles Teller kind of looks like Goose in that fucking, like, in the promo material for
Mhm.
Maverick. I had no idea that that's what he was. And then going into
Yeah.
that movie and finding that out, I was like, oh, dude, the sauce. The sauce was
Good
so good.
casting. Good casting.
The sauce was so good. Yeah.
God, that movie's
Fucking
really
shoves him
good.
over in the forest. And he's like, why would you do that? And he's like, you told me to not think, just do. And he's like,
Mhm.
yeah, okay. Oh, it's good to see you.
Yeah.
It's so good.
God, that movie's good. The fact they use like real jets and everything, like that's all like
It's
it's not like CGI, that's real stuff
No,
right there.
no, I know. Yeah, it's them in. It's like they've got an actual pilot in the front, and they're behind him, and they've made it all up to look like they're in the
Hmm.
cockpit, which is crazy.
It's like everything
Which
behind,
is
that's not a
also
green screen. That's like all
no,
real.
it's not,
Yeah.
and it's crazy too because the jet stuff in that first Top Gun movie is fucking boring. I'm sorry, it's so boring. It's so boring.
But
That
Maverick,
first movie,
man.
like I don't know if you saw what my review for the Top Gun movies
I
was.
did,
I'm gonna
yeah.
show it.
You did the
It
alien
was
reference.
It was just me doing the, yeah, I wish it had more aliens. It's just that, right? But like my actual opinion on Top Gun, the first one is this isn't a bad movie, but it's a fucking boring one. That's it.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
bad, but it's
I get
fucking,
it.
it's got
But
to be
then
the
you
worst romance in a big movie I've ever seen.
oh, it's really bad in Maverick too,
Oh,
honestly.
I liked her a lot though.
She's
Maybe that's
good,
because I like Jennifer Connelly. But like the
but
romance in the first movie is so fucking, oh my God.
Jeez, your mic just cut out as you were saying that. So it's like, oh my.
Good. Yeah. Yeah.
That
So anyway, I thought
sounds.
Nosferatu was really good.
That was my movie of the year last year. It's probably going to be my movie of the year this year too. Somehow.
Fair, fair enough. I
I
think
mean,
my
the
movie of the
director's
year will
cut
be
released this year. So,
true. Yeah, what 4 minutes extra or
mhm.
2 minutes extra or something?
I made a
Yeah,
list of every movie coming out this year that I was most excited for, and Wolfman was on it.
yeah,
Because I
yeah. I
made
mean, it
it in
was for me too,
November.
dude. It was for
Yeah.
me too. But like, we should have known it was releasing in January. Why did we think it would be good?
Yeah.
January is the graveyard, man. Like the only reason that sometimes movies hit in January is because 90% of the time movies don't hit in January. So the
Hmm.
good ones really stand out.
I must have forgot some
Ugh.
movies were coming out this year because I made this November 19th, and number 10 is Conjuring Last Rites. I'm gonna hate that movie.
Yeah, you will.
I hate what they've done with that universe, so I don't
Mm.
know why it's there, but
There's another, Final Destination Bloodlines. That's it.
yeah.
Do another Final Destination, which Tony
Yeah.
Todd is going to be in, which is cool. Bless
Oh, I
up.
didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, as Bloodworth or whatever is his name.
Yeah.
Blood.
I don't know.
Isn't that his name in that franchise?
I
Bloodworth.
can't remember. It's been a
How long have
while.
we been recording? This is barely a Captain America review,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Thanks for here. We're just gonna. Thanks for
Yeah.
listening to Captain America. I don't know.
I forgot what the name of the franchise was. I started typing in Bloodworth Infinity War. That was right. That was right. That was
It
bang on.
was it was cool to see Samus Cap, but you're
But he's
no
not.